Now let's see what sort of functionality and features we have with the schedule toolset. I will actually create a list of windows here, and for that I will use the define schedule toolset here. Now the first thing that I'm willing to do is first select the architectural elements, and there I can find a window. Now here I have a few options to modify this list, and what I'm willing to show you is this one here with the image with dimensions. This is something that is by default here in this list, or you can also find it here at the end of the general properties. You can either go with the image of the window or door, and actually this is supported for many other item types as well, or you can just simply use the image with dimensions that I've selected here. Now what I would like to add here, I would like to remove a few things here. I just would like to show you how to customize this. I would like to remove frame information, glazing information, just for the sake of this example here. I would like to see the reference ID if I have any, or I can just go there and replace it with the ID which is in the software, so I can just shuffle it up to the top and remove the reference ID which I don't want to see now. Now let's see what else I need here. I actually need the size of these windows, which I will place right after the quantity, and for that I will use the width first. I will just add it to the list, and I will do the same thing with the height, and let's just place them, position them above notes and behind the quantity. Let's just do the same thing with the height. So I'm done with this, and we will see a list with IDs of windows, their names, their width and heights, and also the orientation and the images with dimensions. So let's see how that looks like. So once I have a free space here next to the drawing, I can just use the placing schedule option, and then I can select the window, and here I can see the one schedule that I have just assembled represented the way I left, but I can still disable the visibility of any of those if I don't want to see them in the final list. I can still change my mind here. I actually do not want to, so I just hit OK, and then in the following window, and then the following property dialog, I can just set up the formatting schedule options that are appearing here. Now I don't want to see headers and footers. I will have headers and footers, but this is a grouping option that I don't want to see, because I have decided to sort this list by floors, but I actually only have one floor, so it would not make sense to group them furthermore. Now I also would like to see the grand total, so I enable this option, and there is a cool option here to change the cell text style, the style of the table's name, and the column names, and I can just click here and select any of those text styles that I also already have in my project, which I can either define or modify in the drafting menu. So now these are the ones that I have already in my project. I actually created a few here, so I will have nice blue texts appearing as titles and cell content and so on. I can also do the same thing with the length and the elevation dimension, but I actually am happy with the default, so I did not change those. And there is one last thing that I'm willing to talk about, and that is the ratio, which is the text height image height ratio. So this number means if I have, let's say, 100 millimeter tall text, then I will end up with images in this list appearing 1000 millimeter tall, but we will see how that looks like in a second. So when I hit OK, I will be able to generate this list, and I will be able to place it next to the drawing someplace here in the empty area. Now what I have here is the nice window schedule list with my custom text style, with the numbers of the IDs, and sometimes they are, because they are similar windows here, exactly with the same dimensions and the same window name, those are summarized, and that quantity tells me that there are 3 windows with the same exact geometry, width and height, and also the orientation is the same. And I have these nice figures here which I can zoom into, and when I will print this, it will be nice and detailed and crisp and clear. And also I can either print this content here, I can place it using the documentation plot layout tools. I can just assemble a plot layout with these quantities, with these schedules that I have created here. Or I have another option to also generate an Excel file out of this. So I can just right click here and click on Save to Excel, and the Excel file automatically appears. This Excel file contains the same thing that you see that you saw previously on the drawing, with the IDs, the names, the quantities, either one by one or summarized if that was necessary, or you can also find the figures here with the dimensions and all the frontal views of the windows. So you can use this for further calculations, and also you can save it as a separate Excel file detached from the project. And then now let's see the same exact schedule feature set in case of a different type of project. So now I'm willing to list all my furniture here in the kitchen. So I will go to the define schedule option to determine what I will list in the interior, and I will go here and try to find the cabinets here. Now what I would like to see is the ID of those cabinets, the floor where they are, the type, the width, height, and all the geometrical information. And also I would like to add the image with dimensions at the end. And now when I hit OK, I can go to schedule, placing a schedule, and I go and select interior and cabinet here. And I keep all these options on. And when I hit OK, the software will show me the options of how I can format the schedule. And I can again determine the type of the text and the style of the table name and so on, and also the image and text ratio here. So when I hit OK, I can place this list next to the drawing. Now this list is a little bit long, which is happening because I have quite a few of these cabinets here, so I will just place it here. But you will see in the end that I have the same option or similar information about the cabinet schedule that appears here with the IDs, the floors where they are, the name of those items, the width, depth, height, and also little thumbnails of the furniture with all the measurements appearing next to them. And I can just simply either again go with a printed version of this, with a high quality printed version of this, or I can also export this into an Excel file for perhaps further calculations.